and we are back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to bring you 3 different Town Hall 13 attacks that we used in our CWL wars. We're going to have a hybrid, we're going to have a Sui Zap Lalo, and we are going to have a super Valk attack. So sit tight, buckle up, stay tuned, and enjoy the show. Okay, so here we are with our first base. This is going to be Liam going in with Sui Zap Lalo. Here's the base. We've seen this base or derivations of this base. He's going to zap out sweepers, scatter shots, expos. He's going to deal with the queen. Let's just play it up and watch. Now, one thing about Liam is, I don't see Liam doing a lot of Sui Zap Lalo. So big shout out to Liam. Will gave him the plan on this base, and it's not very easy to go ahead and do an attack that you're not very used to, especially if it's a Lalo attack. But Liam did this, and Liam was able to just do exactly what Will told him to do, and he got just a beautiful attack. Tons of troops left over. He had a hound that didn't even pop on here. So there you can see the queen gets taken care of. One thing to point out over here, which Liam did, which I should have said over in my video from a couple days ago about Sui Zap Lalo, is always, if you can, if you're going after the Town Hall, always try and use your king ability. The reason being is if you use your king ability, then hopefully the hopes is that the beams of the Town Hall will lock onto the barbarians of the king instead of your queen. But here now, one thing which you could see, which I talked about in my video, is like you try to sit there and make step number 2 and step number 3, i.e. the Sui and the Lalo, try and merge them together to keep those heroes alive. And you could see a little bit of trepidation that he was just looking what to do after his Sui. But a beautiful job. You can see it's not even necessary. He just moves these troops through. Really nice placement of his hounds, bringing in that second hound from the back end. Beautiful job. Coming in, tanking for those Teslas. The hounds were not moving all that quick enough. So, he was not able to fully tank for the Teslas. He used his haste spell down below. I think he might have been a little better off using his haste spell up on top for the Teslas, especially because that what he called was down there, because the slammer was down by at around 3-4 o'clock. So I don't really think he needed the haste all that much. But as you can see, this was a total overkill. He's got a hound that still hasn't popped yet. He's hoping it pops, but the Warden is just too close. The Warden's going to help out with that hound and just knock out those Teslas. So there it is. Let's quadruple speed through this and move on to the next one, which is going to be a very nice hybrid attack taken by me. I don't know. I hope people don't complain about that. It's weak walls and ever. Just watch the timing of the funnel. Really nice job. So let's go watch that one right now. Okay, so here we are in the next base. I mean, pretty simple. I mean, if you know me, if you've watched my videos, you know what I'm going for. I have the CC and I have the Eagle that are both on this side of the base. So that's the side where I want my queen to be. Now, if my queen is going to be on that side of the base, that means my siege barracks are going to be over here on this side of the base. But we'll get into the siege barracks in a second. Let's talk about the important thing in this attack, which is the funneling and the patience that you should have, the patience that I have in my funneling. I don't have patience pretty much anywhere else in my life except in my funneling. So why do I call this patience within my funneling? I got this sickness that I have that I just try to keep my funneling troops alive as long as possible. Therefore, in a situation down here, I will not drop my baby dragon until this archer tower locks onto my queen. I'm going to start my queen over there. So until that archer tower locks onto my queen, I'm not gonna drop my baby D. Now, what happened over here in this attack, it took a little too long, and the queen took out so much trash that she almost ended up walking that way. And that's another thing that you have to be careful of. You have to know that the queen is always going to go to the next closest target. So if you see that the queen may start going there and your funneling troops have not done their job of funneling, you have to add in an extra funneling troop. Now, if you've seen my army that I have for hybrid, I have a lot of different troops that I use for funneling. I have a giant, I have a yeti, I have wizards, I have a baby D, I have minions, I have loons. All these troops could be used for cleanup, for funneling, for anything. So try and use all of your troops, or actually, if you're a pro player, you'll bring troops that are appropriate for the board, for the board that you're attacking, for the base that you're attacking. So let's play it out, and you'll watch what I'm talking about over here, as far as the patience that I had to have and the extra troops that I had to put in to make sure that my queen goes in the direction that I want her. So there's my queen. I'm going to be using the baby D. There's the Cocoloon for the healers. There's the Cocoloon, there's the healers, and again, I'm waiting until that archer tower not locks onto the Cocoloon, locks onto the queen. Now it's on the queen, so there's the Cocoloon, there's the baby D. Another Tesla pops up, which moves the queen a square over. Once that queen moved the square over, I had to make sure that I brought that extra funneling troop to get her in. Now we're moving over this way. So I got the king, king is trying to work on that funnel. No test wall breaker. Shame on you, Avi, no test wall breaker. Tesla popped up, almost ruined things for me, but I did get the wall break anyway. Here you go, those baby walls. Now, again, no test wall breaker. I had so many things going on over here. I had the hound popping, I had freezing, I didn't get my minions, and my minions were late, but finally, so I was very, very patient with my funneling troops, but not quick enough with my actual attack. So now the queen is moving through. Now let's talk about over here my siege barracks. We'll look away from that for a little bit. Over here, ideally, we always say that your siege barracks should sandwich, your siege barracks and your queen should sandwich your hybrid. So I did that, but again, I always try and keep my funneling troops alive as long as possible. And there is a single target over here. So I knew that if this Yeti would come, if the P.E.K.K.A. would come down, the P.E.K.K.A. would get roasted by the single target. And I did not want that happening. So I dropped the Yeti in front of the siege barracks, and this way the P.E.K.K.A. was able to move down. Now at this point, the troops are moving through. Warden ability is being used now. Got all the troops in that Warden ability. Gets them through. My silly queen was set up for perfection to take out that eagle, but instead she decided to go out and deal with some trash on the outside, and she got herself destroyed. But I got some archeros over there. They're working on that eagle, and I got some loons coming in on the flip side to help out with that eagle as well. But the royal champ goes in and takes that eagle down. And that's pretty much it. Let's quadruple speed this and move on to the next attack. The next attack is going to be my super Valk attack that I'm using on Mini-Me. I did change up the attack a little bit, so this attack that you're going to see is before I change up the attack. So you'll have to wait for a future video when I do another super Valk video to see how I'm doing these now. Or you can pop into the stream, which is twitch.tv/Playhouse. And now let's move over to the next. Okay, so here we are with the last attack of the video. Let's hit that play button while the warden is doing his thing, and let's zoom in over here. What am I going to do? I'm going to drop my warden down over there. There's my warden. As you can see already, the warden's already there. Now, why did I drop the warden over there? Well, I'll tell you. I wanted to sit there and clear away as much of this stuff as possible. So I wanted that archer tower to lock onto my warden, which would not be a problem for my warden. And then this way, my baby D gets a couple of free shots before it has to deal with that archer tower over there. I actually brought in second baby D just to see if I can just get rid of some defenses over there. My warden now is doing his thing. I brought my king in over here. The point is like this. I'm clearing a funnel there, and I'm clearing a funnel there. I'm going to zap this out like that. That's going to open up this and open up this wall over there. And now look at this pathing that I have. It's going to bring them straight through this base. I'm going to use the jump spell, I think, over here like that. And that's it. The Valks are going to move through. Again, this was early in my super Valk attacking. and I've gotten a much better hang of it now. But as you can see, I don't think that I properly utilizing all of them valks. I mean, the valks were just dying off, rage spells all over the place. The super valks have got to be one of the coolest super troops as far as being able to drop that rage spell and help out the remaining troops. But as you can see, the siege barracks piggies are going through. I'm going to use my last rage up top to get them through, get that royal champ, make sure all those defenses up top get cleaned out, and then also my piggies should be on maximum health and with some little extra pep in their step to try and take out those last remaining defenses. But that is going to be it. That is the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, hit that sub button. It doesn't hurt you and it can only help me. And if you have hit that sub button already, thank you very much for being a loyal subscriber to the channel. And that's going to be it. Let's hit that quadruple speed, see the army comp, see that triple. And until the next video, have a super great